You guys don't do coefficient of friction, so like it's not really a thing here. But whatever it is, the friction is 3 newtons. So what's happening is that you're pulling this block on top with a 5 newtons, and the friction is 3 newtons. So we know that the block on top will accelerate. Okay. Yeah. So it will accelerate. But the problem is, right? The question is asking for what is the question is asking for what is the acceleration of the trolley, right? Not of the block. They're asking for the acceleration of the trolley. Okay. So they're asking for the acceleration of the trolley here. Okay. Yeah. The I don't know whether you have encountered this kind of question before, but I've done this quite a number of times already. So this is just to remind you guys that the friction that acts on the block by the trolley is 3 newtons. It points backwards because that's the friction acting on the block, right? But this friction here is acting on the trolley by the block, right? Because as you pull this block along, right, the block experiences a friction backwards, but this block will exert a friction on the trolley. This is Newton's third law. So the trolley itself gets a 3 Newton force, like scraping the top of its surface like this, and therefore the resultant force acting on the trolley is the 3 Newtons because it's said that the trolley has no friction, right? The trolley, rather, okay, they didn't mention about it, so we have to assume that the surface here is smooth. So the only force that acts on the trolley is a 3 Newton force, 4 kg, right? So the acceleration is 0.75 meters per second squared. Okay, right? And I mean, I'm just bringing this up because like some people are just not aware that this kind of things happen. Yeah. Kevin? Oh, sorry? Yeah. We're gonna finish up Cat High. We're gonna start on VS. Yeah. No problem. Right. So we're about to finish Cat High, and we are gonna go on to VS. But yeah, I just want you all to pay attention. Like make sure that you understand this because if anything, IP loves to ask these kind of questions, right? This is like the IB side of things, right? So the IP guys really love to ask these kind of questions. Like they really like to like kind of like give you a little bit more extra stuff. And it came to my attention as well that some of the O-level TYS questions, like because it resurfaced, and because I'm doing the O-level TYS with the rest of them now, and some of the O-level TYS questions are wild, right? So I'm gonna give you one in just a while, right? So I want you to try that question out. Like we're just gonna like right now you realize that a lot of the focus seems to be on the year 3 topics, right? I think like because the year 4 topics are more recent, right? I don't sense that much difficulty in like I'm not getting questions from you guys about the more recent topics, which is great, which means that your year 4 is okay. You just need some help to remember all the year 3 stuff, right? Yeah, 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 sure. I mean, I like I say again, yeah, you can, but the thing is that it has to be done like with everyone else, right? Because if you let's say you ask me, because if there's no order to it, right, Kavin, you know what's gonna happen? You're gonna ask me today, and then next week Kaden's gonna ask me. Then afterwards I go through the same question again next week, right? Then Kavin is gonna ask me like three weeks later, and everyone's gonna ask me the same damn question that like all the time. Then there's no order to it, right? So I have to put some order to it. This is not a one-to-one, right? I mean, yeah, you get it, right? Yeah. So no, no, I'm perfectly fine with you sending it to me. It's just that just be aware that I'll be sharing it with everyone else. Okay, right? Because I would like to think that most students have the same type of mistakes, right? Yeah, it happens, right? After a while, everyone starts realizing that all the mistakes are pretty much the same kind, right? You guys are just getting the same kind of mistakes, right? And yeah, because the teachers set it in a way that is meant to trick students, right? And the tricky ones are usually the ones that tricks you, right? Like this. Yeah, the tricky ones are usually the ones that trick the students. But if you're having basic problems, that's another issue. But I would have identified that long ago, right? If you had basic problems, like how would I have identified your basic problems from long ago, right? By your practice. If your practice, while you're in through your practices, you start asking me questions like, oh, the car accelerates for a certain time. I don't know how to find the distance traveled, right? That sort of question, if you had that, if your basic is song, I would have had, I identified that long ago because if you had followed my scheme of work, you would realize that I'm making you do practice from a long time ago, right? And through the practice, that's how I know what you don't know, right? But at some point, I guess you guys are all intermediate, and with intermediate means that I can, do a little bit more tricky questions, do a little bit more harder questions. Which what now I will stop rambling and go on to that question I wanted to do, right? Hang on, for you I'll print out for you, but for the rest of you, you might have to get it online. Okay, just give me a while. I'll pull it out for you guys. It's the O level TYS 2020 paper. Yeah, crazy man, that paper. Crazy paper. O level TYS 2020. 2020. I don't have the 2020 paper. I think I only scanned up to the 2019. I didn't really scan the rest yet. Okay, it's fine. What? Go by TYS? Yeah. So the crazy ass questions I saw recently was from mechanics. Yeah, mechanics. Yeah. You know what? Let me just forward the question to you guys, right? Uh, ITO. Ouch, Tavin. Right, you all see the picture there? Right, I send you another one. I send you another picture there. Right, like, okay. So these questions here are so classic because, right, what O level loves to do is that they love to target your fundamentals. O levels is a different ball game. O level, it's not like, tricky, technical, hard calculation questions like the IP side. O levels, right? Every year, I will get a surprise one. Every year, there'll be a surprise question where they really just gives you a tight slap in the face and then say like, like you better pay attention to your fundamentals. If you don't remember the fundamentals, right? Why are you doing the O levels? It's that kind of feeling that I get from the O level paper sometimes, right? So it is good, but 80% of the O levels is not needed, like not technical. 80% of it is easy. It's usually that 20% that's so hard to find. And because through the course of some of them doing the O levels, which is awesome that I have the O levels students, right? Then I can share those questions with you. Yeah. And I'm gonna take them picture now. Okay. You're gonna get those pictures now. Right, so that's that up right. We got one here. We have one here like this. And this is from the 2020 paper, right? 2020. Wow, because it was a pandemic year and they made it so hard, right? I'm very sure a lot of students cried after walking out of the paper. Confirm one. Yeah. It would have been a tear maker. Yeah. Yeah, sure cry on. Confirm. Okay, so you all understand this, huh? Okay, I'll come back to the cat high paper very quickly. All right, but I just want you all to look at the questions I've given to you. I just posted it all to you all guys, right? Um, yeah. So I'll print out the first one. I mean, I can print out for those who come, right? So since you're here, I'll print this one out for you, right? So you can, right? You can use it. I'll just print this out for Leighton here. Hang on. Then I mean, since I'm gonna print out, I got 2 pages left. I can print out this one for you as well. Hang on. For the rest of you, you all look at the first picture, the one that talks about the girl, like talks about the girl throwing the ball upwards one. Yeah. That one there. Okay, then I will print this one out for you. Yeah, sorry, it's a bit shadowy though, but whatever lah. Okay, yeah, this one here. For then the rest of you who are online, right? This is one here. There we go, like that. Okay, just understand that actually there was no graph drawn at first, right? There was no graph drawn at first. It was like completely blank grid paper, right? This line was drawn by my student at first, but she didn't know how to draw the rest of it, right? So we're gonna like draw the rest of it, right? If this comes out, you owe me ice cream. Have you done this before? Like Kevin, you said that your teacher makes you do topical TYS.